like everyone to please take your seats so we can get started. So welcome everyone to our first Senior and Disability Summit. My name's Donna Wilmot and I am on staff at Planning for Elders.
I'm Christina Olagi. I'm on staff at Senior Action Network.
And we'd like to give a warm welcome to everyone who's here today. We know that there's a lot of really critical issues facing seniors and folks with disabilities. We're here because we know that there's a lot of challenges out there and a lot of threats to people being able to live well, to live securely in their homes, in their communities. Right now there's a super committee debating how much they can cut Medicare and Social Security. Low-income seniors in California who rely on community, and folks with disabilities who rely on community-based supports and services in order to remain living in the community are facing serious threats of cuts to IHSS and the possible closures of the adult day health centers. So these are really serious things that we are up against. So it's a worrisome time, but it's also a very exciting time, and it's a really, really critical time that we are able to come together right now. So it's a prime time for this discussion. We know that we face common challenges and that we have a lot of alliance building to do. And in order to do that, we need to learn more about each other's histories. We need to learn more about the strategies that people are developing to resist the attacks that are happening right now. And it's also more than just fighting back. We have a vision of a kind of a society that we want to live in. We want to live in a city where everybody has basic needs met, where everyone has housing, everyone has adequate food, everyone has the medical care they need, everyone has the social supports they need. We want to make sure that every person has full access to be a part of the community and participate as fully as they would like to be able to do. So if we're going to do this successfully, we need to find our common ground and build the bridges and work across the silos that have sometimes separated us at different points in our lives. So there's a famous story about the civil rights and labor leader A. Philip Randolph, who we have heard at one point was in a meeting with President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Mr. Randolph was telling him what the demands of the black community for an end to racial discrimination, the need for jobs, the needs for adequate housing, and Roosevelt listened to him, and then he said, well, Mr. Randolph, I agree with what you're saying, but you are going to have to go out there and make me do it. So we are here today to make them do it. So we'd like to welcome you again, and Christina's going to give you an overview of our day today.
So we will be hearing from a couple of keynote speakers, Lolita Quintanar of Canon Kip and Jesse Lawrence of Independent Living Resource Center, San Francisco. After we hear from our keynote, we'll have a brief introduction of our panelists, and then we will go into our breakout sessions. Our breakout sessions will have a few topics. We'll have housing, we'll have disability rights, which will be in this section over here. We're going to have a breakout session on Medicare and Medi-Cal, and I think Social Security is the other. So we have about four.
And the Care Council.
And the Care Council will also have one. So we have 5 different breakout sessions, and we'll make sure that everyone knows exactly where those are going to be located. But in advance, we do want to let people know that the disability rights discussion will be taking place on the, I guess, stage right of the hall. Also, all day long, we will have resource booths. And I hope many of you will have the opportunity to go out there. We have the Independent Living Resource Center that has a booth. We have San Francisco Lighthouse for the Blind. We have San Francisco Paratransit. We have Muni Accessible Services Program Office here. If you have any housing concerns, concerns with your landlords or any questions, the Housing Rights Committee is out here. California Partnership is here. And we do have Hand in Hand. We have in-home support services from Department of Aging and Adult Services. And Aging Disability Resource Center is here with a booth. But one of the groups that's here all day with counseling on Medicare and Medi-Cal is HICAP. And if you as you go out of this room, they're to your left, and they're providing a lot of services today. One-on-one counseling today. So the one-on-one counseling for housing and one-on-one counseling for Medicare and Medi-Cal resources, and also food stamp questions if you have any at one of the booths, Aging and Disability Resource Center. So we have a lot of resources here today, and that's the purpose of our booths, is to provide people with resources. If you have any questions, as you entered at the registration booth, there is a map of the where the booths are located. There are several of us here. There's Sarah is helping, me, Christina, Donna, James Chiancini, Betty Trainer, Angela Donnelly, Jazzy Collins. There are many of us out here, certainly feel free to approach any of us, and we will help you find the booths that you need and the information you need today. After the breakout sessions, we'll be coming back, and we'll be engaging in dialogue with our panelists. And again, the purpose of today is movement building. So many of us are experts in the room. So I would view the people on the panel more as facilitators and peers, because that's what we're engaging in, is a peer dialogue, to try to figure out what our next steps are, where do we go from here, what some of our priorities will be. So again, welcome, and again, today is just a first of hopefully many conversations to try to figure out ways that we can all work towards some of our common goals. I think we all have many common goals, even people that aren't in the room today. So that's the day. Again, track us down if you have any more questions, and welcome.